Are we live? Are we live? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Okay. Forgot where we are. We're spawning random active shooters with random victims around them with random weapons. So we'll spawn somewhere near us within 200 meters of the player, a random active shooter. And when we arrive on scene, which is when the player arrives within 30 meters of the shooter, we're considered arriving on scene. And when that happens, the shooter starts shooting. So we're going to start this. Start the game, go into it, and see where we were. Biggest pain in the butt part of this is launching GTA. It's a pain in the butt. I don't know how much of a delay the stream has. Stream says it's 2:33 right now. It's like about a minute. Wow. I wonder if that's the software I'm using making a delay. I think I can have it set a delay. Maybe there's a delay because I'm recording it. Streaming to Twitch. Blah, 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 blah. We're at up to a minute delay. Around, probably like, if I had to guess. Alright, so we're going to trigger, once this goes in, we are going to trigger the call out. And come on, this is the freaking longest part of this damn thing. Alright, we're gonna go get. We want to. We're gonna set our loadout. I'm gonna make this the game screen bigger too. Because we need some weapons to fight the NPC shooter. Shooter. bigger. That's fine. We'll do that. I need a better graphics card. Oh well, it is what it is. Do we need to increase the volume? Can you hear the volume? Okay, we're gonna do the call out. Active shooter nearby. And accept it. Lights roll up. So what happens is, I believe, if we get within 100 meters of the location of the shooter, that's when it spawns all of the victims. And then when we get on scene, which is within 30 meters, I believe it sets the shooter to start shooting them. And we can see here, like, that's a victim right there because it's not moving, not wandering. We probably should make them wander when it spawns them, right? So we're on scene, technically, so we got a bunch of victims here. Into the shooter. We're gonna hop out. As soon as we hop out, that's when he starts firing. Oh. Up. So we're near the suspect, and now it should make the guy flee. Or the girl flee. He killed several people. Taken off. Jeez. I gave her a lot of armor. You gave the suspect a lot of armor. Dead and then collapse. So that's kind of what we have so far. So the spawning of the players is I feel like there was a glitch. Yeah, so the spawning of the players is a lot better. No, the players, the victims. So here, we're just going to... Now we have to cancel the pursuit, all units will... That's something I need to figure out. It's not correctly terminating the pursuit. So... This is not correctly pursuit. It's probably in the end method. There's no real like documentation for any of this stuff. So we won't worry about that right now. So we're gonna just terminate the pursuit. Ending pursuit. There we go. So I guess let's try to fix that first. So we're just gonna search for it. We can see what he does here. And pursuit. So pursuit. Let's see. There's like an end pursuit called copter pursuit. Actually, let's see. Is there pursuit dot? There's nothing in that. It's an L handle, right? Game dot per. Functions, maybe. Let's see. Functions dot pursuit, create pursuit, force end pursuit. We'll do if pursuit is null. Oops. I'm just curious if there's a proper way to end the pursuit. So they're doing end. Their end is different. Running, base end, finished. Misses everything. And base end. Oh, so we'll worry about that. The suspect goes into a pursuit, so it wasn't actually firing at me as soon as we did the pursuit. Maybe we should have it wait longer or fire at the player before it does the pursuit. So let's go through the steps again. So we're going to do
citizens report, shots fired, and
active shooter. Okay, we're going to respond. Go here. When we roll up on the scene, the suspect is going to start shooting people. We're not really on scene yet because we haven't gone through the past the 30 meters. We're going to walk up. There we go. What is he shooting in there? Ooh, who shot him? Oh, who's shooting us? This guy? Really? Why are you shooting me? Why are you shooting me? We haven't gotten a pursuit yet, so we know there's no red dot on our radar, so we're not in a pursuit. And we had just this cop just happened to be in the area.
Damn gun's old as hell.
Where the suspect? Kill it. Download that, son of a bitch. Oh, good person. I didn't need to do that. What was that? Okay, V. We're gonna do another
citizens
one.
report, shots fired in Rancho.
Come on, guys. There you go. You guys are dismissed. Why don't you guys leave?
We have a
Okay,
140
two suspects.
in Rancho.
She didn't shoot me. She sat there. 2 seconds. Didn't shoot me. We're gonna have to look at why that's happening. Now she's fleeing. So all those NPC victims were shooting.
Don't move.
Okay, now we're able to take her down. I'm just gonna kill her. So I'm gonna restart this and probably pause the stream. I'm gonna update that ultimate backup mod. One second. I'm gonna update that mod and all right. All right, got that updated. All right. We'll wait for this to start up. The one thing we were I was kind of looking at is it wasn't shooting at me. So to do, the suspect is not firing at the player. See, I feel like it takes a little bit for suspect, like for PEDs, to actually open fire. So I'm wondering if we wait like 5 seconds. We'll do like a 5 second wait. Okay, we're gonna have that load. All right. Hopefully this loads our plugin after the new build. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, so we have everything updated. So we're going to, we just have the standard issue. Not going to care about that. Spawn active shooter, accept the call.
Fired in La Mesa.
I'm going to drive to it. I hate that it's always raining when you go in. It's really annoying. So what I changed here is we're going to let the suspect shoot at us for 5 seconds when we get close. And it creates going to create it when we get within 15. Go back to here so we know. So when we get within, this is what we're looking at right here. So kind of go through the top. So when we arrive on scene, go to the on scene part. So where is on scene? On arrival at scene. So arrival at scene happens behind the scenes when we get within 30 meters of the suspect. When that happens, we are going to kind of sit here and loop until the player is within 30 meters of the suspect and not in a vehicle. When that happens, the suspect is told to fire at the nearest victim. Fight the nearest victim. Fight fire. The suspect's going to use whatever weapon it has to go after the nearest victim, right? Within 50 meters. And we're spawning victims within 15 and 50 meters of the suspect. So there should be plenty of people for the suspect to go after. Okay, so we do that. We wait 900 milliseconds. Then we go back and we check to see make sure that see if the player is within 15 meters of the suspect and not in a vehicle. If that's the case, just for debugging, we're going to say you're near the suspect. So we're going to get a prompt or a window or text on the game that says you're near the suspect. So we know when we've gone over that 15-meter mark. And when that happens, it's going to set all the victims on the map to be green. And it's going to make the suspect again fight the nearest victim within 50 meters. It's going to wait a second. Then it's going to create a pursuit for the suspect. And this is the part where we're running into an issue before. So it's going to create a pursuit for the suspect. And when that happens, the LSPDFR plugin takes over basically the AI of the suspect and kind of causes it to flee and stuff. So when that happens, the pursuit is created. The suspect will show up as a red dot on our map, and we're going to tell the system a pursuit has been initiated. And the scanner radio, the police radio is going to say we have a crime resisting arrest in this position. Then we're going to yield, basically wait 900 milliseconds, and then we're going to try to get the suspect to fire at the player. 5 seconds. And that's where we're running into an issue before. We got to that point, the suspect sat there and looked at the player. Basically, the suspect just turned, looked at the player, and then sat there and then took off in a fleet. So I think we weren't having the suspect wait long enough to start firing. Meaning, I think when we tell the suspect to fire at the player, it takes longer than like a second or two for that to actually kind of happen. I don't know why. We're gonna test that. That's why we're gonna make it so when we tell it to fire at the player, we're gonna wait 5 seconds before the suspect flees to see if it does happen to fire at the player within that 5 seconds. And that's where we are. A lot to take in. So what we're testing is when we get within 15 meters of the suspect who is shooting at the victims, we're going to get a pursuit that gets initiated. Suspect going to turn red on our radar. We want the suspect to fire at the player and then flee after it fires at the player. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to roll up right here on suspect. He's somewhere over here. All right, there he is. And he's firing at victims. We're gonna get our handgun out just in case. You're near the suspect. Okay, he's waiting. He's not shooting at us, and he's fleeing. Okay, so that fire at player, or that fire at method, isn't working. It's not doing what we expect, right? We're just going to go and kill the suspect. Get this over with. Come on. Dead. Good, and then call. so we're gonna have to unload this plugin. And it's gonna crash the game. Oh well, we have to restart the game anyway. Because we're gonna have to rebuild the plugin. So this function doesn't seem to be doing it. Because we're basically saying it's saying fire at target, which is a position. Not actually like fire at the player, it's just saying fire at the player's position. And that is a method of, it's under task invoker. So we can go to rage, task invoker methods, fire at. See this fire against, fire weapon at. So that's what this one is. This method doesn't really have a good description, so target duration, firing pattern. We use this one, fire at entity, target. I feel like we might have to use the fight against player, so we're going to change this. I'm going to tell it to fight against the player. So suspect, head, tasks, fight against the player, which is game local player, character, and the timeout. I think the timeout means how long we're telling it to fight against the player, like we can do indefinitely, which is that, or we say like fight against the player for 2 seconds or something like that. Then we can do wait for completion, 5 seconds. Fight player. So I feel like this is gonna work. And then after 5 seconds, it's gonna flee. The suspect is gonna flee. While that's happening, I'm just gonna search for fire at. Fire weapon at? Is that what we're looking at? I want to see if combat pad problem. But they don't do it as I want. They will shoot at each other, but only if they would come really close to one another when I push them with a car. Also, they don't walk, but when they move really slow, walking is the code. Using fight against. You can use fire weapon at, and if you want the ped to get closer, you can do go to while aiming. This will make sure the ped keeps shooting, or not, depending on what you tell it to do. So we can have we're gonna see. So trial and error, live and learn, trying stuff as we go. Part sucks. Takes forever. My machine's not the fastest one either, so oh well. It'll get there eventually. We will get there. Loading the plugin. So as soon as this loads, we're gonna hop right into it, create the call out, basically trigger the call out. Trigger call out, accept it.
Citizens report shots fired on
Run
Great
to it.
Ocean Highway.
Not too far from here. In the rain again. Maybe it's because it's raining outside right now. Alright, up. Yeah, the whole 100-meter thing. I don't know if you caught it. All the victims just spawned in all at once. But you could see it. I'm trying to avoid seeing it, like having the players see it. So that's why I did 100. I figured 100 meters, you're so far away, you won't see it. But if you're 100 meters in line, you have line of sight. Of course, you're going to see it. So I'm just trying to position myself so I can hide behind my truck. Suspect is firing at the victims. There it goes. Machine gun. Oh, I just killed 3 people. Come on. So... Oh, jeez, this guy's... He almost killed us. There's another cop on scene. Jeez. That's... He's kicking his butt. Alright, so... He's not doing anything now, because I think there's no... bad guy within 50 meters. So, we're gonna get close, and he should flee. We should shoot at us.
We have a possible one for you.
Ah, yep, okay, so
Great Ocean Highway.
we got close, within 15 meters, and he shot at us and killed us. So the reason he killed us is because his accuracy is set randomly between 50 and 100. Makes him kind of accurate to really accurate. So he will shoot at us for... we got 15 meters close to him, he shot at us.
Citizens
So
report
I'm curious
shots fired
if
in Paleto Bay.
he survives, if he'll wait 5 seconds. So we're gonna go to him, and here's all the victims are here. Got in the same spot. Gonna try to get into position where we can.
We've got a possible 148 on Great Ocean Highway.
I want to get my stun gun. Is he fleeing? You're gonna flee. Victims are fleeing. Can't tell if... Ooh, he did flee. And now it's switched out. Kill this guy. Suspect is dead. Oh, we're gonna start another one because I'm just 100% sure. Spawn it again.
Citizens reporting shots fired in Paleto Bay.
Jeez, what happened here? So I'm curious if there's a problem with him fleeing. Like, if we don't approach him within a certain amount of time... Where is he? Oh, right there.
We have
So,
possible 148
pursuit,
in
suspect is
Palatial
supposed to be
Bay.
fleeing. Now he's fleeing. Now she's
You
shooting at
work
me.
the
1,
fucking steam off my
2,
piss.
3, 4, 5.
Backup required in west, not Chiliad.
Alright. Keep... keeps dropping out. Live stream keeps dropping out.